Have you ever noticed how life seems to whisper clues right before something big happens? A song plays on the radio, and it's the exact message you needed to hear. A stranger says the same sentence you just wrote in your journal last night. You think about someone, and suddenly they call.
Coincidence?
Or is the universe actually talking to you? Today we're diving into how synchronicity, the divine language of the universe, reveals that you're not just a person in the world. You're the consciousness creating it. Most people live in silence, not because the world isn't speaking, but because they've forgotten how to listen. We scroll through screens, chase goals, and drown in the noise of the modern world. Yet deep down, something feels off. There's an emptiness that success can't fill, and a whisper that says, there's more. You've probably felt it too. That strange pull when you sense something's about to happen, but you brush it off. Then later, when it happens exactly as you imagined, you call it luck or coincidence. Neville Goddard once said, an awakened imagination works with a purpose. It creates reality. But the truth is, most people aren't awakened, they're reacting, not creating. We're taught that life happens to us, not through us. Schools don't teach us how thoughts shape reality. Society tells us to trust what's visible and dismiss the invisible. But what if the invisible world, the field of energy and consciousness, is what's actually creating everything we see? Here's the quantum truth. Every atom in your body is vibrating energy. Every thought you think emits a measurable frequency. And those frequencies interact with the quantum field, the energetic web that connects everything in the universe. When you think I can't, your body, your energy, your actions, all begin aligning to that signal. The field mirrors it back with experiences that confirm your belief. But when you think I already am, when you feel that truth before it's visible, reality begins to rearrange. This is where synchronicity appears. Not as random luck, but as confirmation that your inner world is aligning with the outer. Still, here's the problem. Most people ignore synchronicities because they don't trust their own energy. They pray for signs, then doubt them when they come. They visualize, but stay emotionally attached to when and how it must happen. They forget the universe speaks in feelings, patterns, and symbols, not deadlines. It's like tuning into a radio station. The signal is always there, but unless your frequency matches, all you'll hear is static. The greatest mistake? Believing the universe is separate from you. You are not asking something outside of yourself. You are communicating with your own expanded consciousness, your higher self, through synchronicity. In the words of quantum physicist David Bohm, the universe is not separate things, but one unbroken whole. If you've ever wondered why some people seem to manifest miracles, it's not because they're lucky. It's because they're fluent in the language of the universe. And that's what this video is about, teaching you to hear that language again. Neville Goddard called it the law of assumption. Albert Einstein called it the illusion of separateness. Dr. Joe Dispenza calls it the quantum field. Different names, same truth. Consciousness creates reality. Neville discovered this law through experience. In the 1930s, he was broke and far from home. One night, he imagined himself boarding a ship back to Barbados, feeling the rail of the deck under his hands, hearing the ocean waves, smelling the salt air. He didn't just visualize it, he felt it real. Weeks later, he was gifted a ticket home. Now, quantum physics explains this with the principle of superposition. All possibilities exist in the quantum field until you observe one into reality. Your consciousness, your observation, collapses that wave into a specific event. That's how the universe talks. It doesn't speak in words, it responds to your vibration, your inner assumption. Let's test that. Think about the last time you were deeply in love or passionately excited about something. Didn't everything around you start to reflect that same energy? You'd see hearts, hear love songs, get text messages that matched your mood. That's synchronicity, your inner state mirrored back by the field. Neville discovered that every assumption, once felt as true, begins seeking physical expression. That's why you must feel before you see. In quantum language, your observation selects the timeline that matches your dominant feeling. When you say, I am abundant, the universe doesn't check your bank account, it checks your vibration. When you say, I am loved, it doesn't verify your relationship status, it aligns events that reflect love back to you. But here's the catch, you can't fake it. The field responds to energy, not words. So if you affirm I am rich while feeling lack, your signal is still lack. Neville's discovery was radical. The feeling of the wish fulfilled is the bridge to its manifestation. He proved it with countless stories. People healing, finding love, and transforming their lives by simply assuming the feeling of already having what they desired. And now, with quantum research, we know why it works. Your thoughts generate electromagnetic fields measurable by instruments. Your heart emits an energy field that extends several feet beyond your body. When thought and emotion become coherent, the heart and brain synchronize, your frequency becomes powerful enough to reorganize matter. In that state, synchronicities multiply. You'll see repeating numbers, meet perfect strangers, and feel time bend in your favor. That's not magic. It's resonance. The moment you remember who you really are, a conscious creator, not a powerless observer, you start hearing the universe speak louder and clearer than ever before. Let's make this practical. Here's Neville's method, decoded through quantum science, a 3-step process to hear and speak the universe's language fluently. Step 1. Enter the field, the quantum stillness. Before you can receive messages, you must match the frequency of silence. Sit still. Close your eyes. Focus on your breath, in through your nose, out through your mouth. As your body relaxes, your brain waves slow from beta, thinking, to alpha and theta, creation. This is the doorway between worlds, where imagination becomes instruction. In this state, say quietly, I am aware. Notice that behind every thought you, the observer, remain unchanged. That's your connection to the infinite field. Practice this daily for 5 minutes. It trains your mind to enter the frequency where synchronicities live.
Step 2. Assume the feeling, ne vi laisse l'eau.
Now bring to mind one desire, something your heart truly wants. Close your eyes and imagine the end scene, not the process, but the fulfillment. If it's love, imagine holding their hand. If it's success, imagine reading the congratulatory message. Then, shift your focus to how it feels. Joy, relief, gratitude. Feel that emotion until it becomes real in your body. This emotion is your broadcast signal to the field. Quantum mechanics says energy follows attention. Whatever emotion you sustain becomes your frequency.
Hold it for 60 secondes.
If you do this daily, you begin training the universe to reflect that feeling back to you through synchronicities, messages, numbers, coincidences.
Step 3. Let go and observe. This is where most fail.
They visualize and then chase the outcome, which signals lack. Instead, release it. Trust that the quantum field already rearranged itself. Your only job now is to observe. Watch your world with awareness. Notice patterns repeating, messages appearing, and doors opening unexpectedly.
Keep a Synchronicity journal. Every time something aligns, even small, write it down.
Over time, you'll see how perfectly the universe mirrors your internal state.
You'll realize. You don't manifest by force. You align by frequency.
This method rewires your nervous system to stay open, receptive, and aligned.
It dissolves resistance and builds trust. The ultimate key to manifestation.
Now let's bring this to life with a story. Meet Emma, a 34-year-old nurse from Texas. She'd spent years feeling unseen, exhausted, and spiritually lost. One night, while scrolling online, she found a quote by Neville. Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled and persist in that assumption.
Something clicked.
She decided to test it. Each night before bed, she imagined waking up in her dream home, sunlight streaming through tall windows, coffee brewing, peace in her heart. She didn't force it, she just felt it real.
At first, nothing happened.
But then, synchronicities began.
She saw 11:11 every morning.
Her friend casually mentioned a house for sale that looked exactly like the one she'd been visualizing. Within 3 months, she moved into that very home, under budget, through circumstances she could never have planned. Coincidence? No. The universe spoke back through alignment. Another story, James, a veteran struggling with PTSD. He practiced the quantum stillness daily, sitting in silence and focusing on his breath. One day, during meditation, he heard a clear message, "You are already free." That night, he received a call from a nonprofit offering him a spot in a holistic healing program. He hadn't even applied. Synchronicity is the echo of your inner transformation. When you shift inside, the outer world rearranges to reflect that new vibration. It's not woo-woo. It's physics. Quantum coherence, when your heart, brain, and intention align, changes the electromagnetic field around you. That new signal draws experiences of equal resonance. Transformation doesn't begin when the manifestation appears. It begins when you believe differently. And that's the essence of Neville's work. Creation begins in consciousness, not circumstance. Emma didn't get lucky. James didn't manifest randomly. They both learned the truth. The universe always matches your dominant assumption. If you assume struggle, the field reflects obstacles. If you assume abundance, the field aligns opportunities. That's the alchemy. You transform your inner story, and reality edits itself to match. As Neville said, change your conception of yourself and you will automatically change the world in which you live. The moment you stop asking if the universe is listening, and start realizing you are the universe listening to itself, everything begins to flow. Now that you understand how the universe communicates, what will you do with it? Because hearing the universe isn't the end. It's the beginning of a mission, to live consciously, to create deliberately, and to inspire others to awaken too. The greatest act of service is alignment. When you embody love, you ripple that frequency across the field. Every smile, every kind word, every choice from awareness, transmits energy that shifts timelines not just for you, but for everyone connected to you. Quantum entanglement proves that particles once connected remain linked across space and time. That means your vibration doesn't just change your life, it changes the field itself. Imagine if millions of people began tuning into synchronicity daily, noticing signs instead of doubting them, trusting intuition instead of fear. Humanity would rise into coherence, a collective heart frequency capable of healing the planet. This is your mission. To become fluent in the universe's language and live from that knowing. Start small. Wake up and ask, "Universe, show me your guidance today." Then move through your day with awareness, open to signs, nudges, songs, repeating numbers, conversations. Every synchronicity is a breadcrumb leading you back to your higher path. Here's a 3-minute daily mission practice. Morning, set your frequency, feel gratitude before the day begins. Midday, pause and breathe, reconnect to the field through awareness. Night, journal synchronicities, record every alignment and pattern. Do this for 21 days. You'll begin to notice a shift, subtle at first, then undeniable. Opportunities, insights, people, all lining up with your vibration. Remember, you're not trying to force the universe to listen. You're remembering that it's always been listening, waiting for you to speak in its native tongue, energy. Neville said, "Dare to believe in the reality of your assumption and watch the world play its part to express it." The mission now is to live from that daring faith. To trust your inner vision more than your current reality. To act, speak, and love as if it's already done, because in the quantum field, it already is. So here's my challenge to you. Tonight, before you sleep, close your eyes and feel one desire as already real. Then, let go. Watch what happens in the next 72 hours. If synchronicities start showing up, a phrase, a symbol, a person, a number, don't dismiss them. Write them down. Celebrate them. That's the universe whispering, yes. Keep going. And if this video helped you remember your power, share it with someone who needs that reminder too. Because when one person awakens, it echoes through the field, awakening countless others. You are the observer, the creator, the signal, and the answer. The universe is not outside you, it's you talking back. So listen closely. Synchronicity is not coincidence, it's a conversation. And now, you finally know how to speak the language.